Welcome everyone to HFN. Today is November the 18th, 2019. Here to give you all this article right here talking about how stablecoins could cause a major crisis that could wreck the global economy. Now that doesn't make any sense when you look at it at face value. We're going to look at this article talking about that. And before I get started, I always want to remind you all, if you appreciate the content that we are delivering here on this particular platform, hit that subscribe button, like and share the video, and then follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and then on our website at HueFinancial.com. Now, the United States Federal Reserve, on Friday, this article was posted on the 15th of November. They warned that stablecoins could wreak havoc on the global economy, and they outlined steps to the issuers in order to protect the status quo. Now, do you really think the Federal Reserve is nervous about stablecoins? Are you serious? Now, the central bank's prognosis is buried deep in their November edition of its semi-annual financial stability report, and it all stems on stablecoins' worst case scenario. They call it a run on the issuers. Kind of resembles a run on the banks, to where people become uneasy. They don't trust the financial institutions no more. So everyone at the same time tries to get their cash out of the bank. They call this the run on the issuers. And it is in which coin holders, the ones who hold the stable coins, they panic en masse. And then they demand the return of the fiat, the paper currencies that the stable coins are backed by. Stablecoins are a form of cryptocurrency, if you don't know, that maintain their value by staking themselves to paper currencies, fiat reserves, which means backed by nothing. Now, the volatility of Bitcoin, everyone knows, if you've been into cryptocurrency space, it is quite volatile, but it offsets, the stablecoins offset the volatility that Bitcoin has. Stablecoins are backed one for one. So that means that for one stable coin, it is going to be backed by one fiat paper currency. Or it could be a basket of currencies. And they're designed to maintain steady value, kind of like Forex currencies or the currency market in the foreign exchange. The report's concern is that something could go wrong. I wonder what they're talking about when they write something could go wrong with the way the stablecoin works, be it with the operations, maybe with the operations, an exchange or the backer or the issuers of the stablecoin. What if they shut down the shop? What if they destroy the stablecoins? The liquidity? What if nobody wants the stablecoin at all? What if there's simply no demand for the stablecoin or even credit? This loss of confidence could lead to a run. This is what the Federal Reserve is talking about. It's kind of like calling the kettle black when the pot is just as black as the kettle. The Federal Reserve is in the same predicament with the fiat currency. It could lead to a bank run. In that extreme scenario, holders may be unable to sell their stablecoins in any situation, even with fiat currencies, with potentially severe consequences for domestic or international economic activity, asset prices, or even financial stability. Now, the Federal Reserve is actually calling stablecoins the same thing that the fiat currency is going to give the global economy if the run of massive debt continues to pile on in the economy. Now, since the fraught launch of Libra stablecoin concept in June, the federal governors of the Federal Reserve, along with U.S. regulators and its counterparts across the world, have been screaming, being detractors of Libra even coming out with their cryptocurrency. The integration with mass consumer social network could be disastrous, the report warns. Stablecoin initiatives that are built on existing large and cross-border customer networks, such as Facebook's Libra, have the potential to rapidly achieve widespread adoption, not just local, not just in the United States, globally. Widespread adoption. That is definitely what the Federal Reserve is scared and nervous about. But now, condensed into a single document, the report consolidates and formalizes regulators' concerns and notes the steps required to stop a stablecoin catastrophe. This is what the report has. Some of the bullet points right here. Issuers must disclose how their staking mechanism works. The issuers must protect customer data privacy while maintaining know your customer records to prevent illicit use. The issuers must disclose their terms of service. Issuers must inform customers if they have any rights to the underlying asset. Those are some of the things that the issuers of the stablecoins have to follow in order to not cause a mass casualty of the stablecoin that they issue. As the Group of Seven has noted, no global stablecoin project should begin operation until the legal, regulatory, and oversight challenges and risks outlined in the report are adequately addressed. So, they're telling you no global stablecoin project should begin. So they're not telling you that it will not happen. They're not saying that you can't do it. They're just giving you some precautionary reasons that you maybe do not want to do that until regulatory and oversight challenges have been resolved, literally. But as you can tell, we do have Tether. We have Libra trying to come out with their own cryptocurrency. And now you're seeing countries beginning to issue their own digital currencies. So, what do you think? Do you really think the stablecoin could cause a mass crisis in the financial market? Or do you think that title on this article written by CoinDesk is just simply there to grab our attention to click on the article and read it? Do you really think the Federal Reserve is worried about the issuance of stablecoins, or are they more worried about Libra and the issuance of their cryptocurrency and the widespread adoption that will likely happen if they in fact do come out with their own currency? I mean, the only problem that the Federal Reserve needs to worry about is other major conglomerates in the technology field like Google, Amazon, Tencent, continuing, and they're issuing their own currency. Like, what can they do to stop this? Are they simply going to try to instill fear in the market's mind? Because they are creating their own currencies too. It's called central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. And they are expecting to release that, I want to say 2025. I think I read a report saying it's going to be around 2025 that they're going to have their own issuance of central bank digital currencies. So what about that? And also, before I let you go, if the stablecoins are one for one and the governments of the world continue to issue out fiat currencies, that continue to print out their fiat currencies, then stablecoins shouldn't have a problem, because for every fiat currency printed, you can have another stablecoin issued. Am I right? Or am I wrong? Am I seeing that wrong? You need to let me know, because it should not be a run on stablecoins if the printer press continues to print, unless the central banks has something up their arms, up their sleeves that they're not telling us. Tell me your thoughts. Definitely would like to know your opinion about stablecoins and its likelihood of it causing a crisis. That is very hard to see right now, considering the amount of fiat debt that is bogging down gross domestic product across the world. Again, thank you for taking out the opportunity to look at this article with us. Make sure you always maintain profitability. And as always, I'll see you all on the next one.